Alright, so in this video we're going to be talking about yeeps lore and stuff like that. So this is a very different video from what I've done, but I just hit 50 subs, thought this was really cool, had this idea for a little while now, and decided to make it for like 50 sub special. So I guess let's get it. So the things we're going to be covering in this vid are how tall a yeep is, where yeeps takes place, the general location, not the exact location obviously, and also what yeeps are. So I've thought of this for a couple days now, like all of the lore stuff, and we're gonna start with where yeeps live, because this will help us with some of the stuff later. So basically, the easiest way, the way I did this was, we can see that we have, what's it called, just like plains kinda, I guess, like some grassland in other maps. Like boat battle, where we have an ocean. So we already know that we have to be kind of on the coast of somewhere. And that already gets rid of a lot of options of where we could be, because we're near an ocean. So, and we also know it couldn't be anywhere like Antarctica, because there's grass, and there isn't really a bunch of grass in Antarctica. So then our last thing that really helps us pinpoint where we are is, because this shows that there's snow, which means there's not always going to be snow everywhere except like Antarctica, but that does mean we're in a colder place. And with the new lab, they got rid of this map, or I'm pretty sure they got rid of it, which also shows that the snow isn't permanent, so that shows that it's just a season. Which, with all of that, we have not many candidates for where yeeps could be. It could either be in Canada, like on one of, like near the ocean of Canada, or we could be probably in like from Maine to like Connecticut-ish in the US. And since yeeps, they could only ship to in the US, I believe. I don't think they could ship to Canada or any place like that. They might have been able to ship to Canada, I kind of forgot. But so we're most likely in the US, which means we're probably near the ocean. I don't think like California, I'm pretty sure that they're pretty warm, so I don't think we're like on that side. We could be in one of those states, but my best guess is like New York-ish for yeeps. Though there's not a lot of mountains in New York, but I do believe that it's like, I don't know, somewhere nearish New York, there's some mountains, kinda like this. This is a bunch of mountains. So, I'm guessing we're around New York. So, with that, if we find out how tall a like doorway in New York is, which is roughly, hold up, let me check. Which I just looked it up, and it is an average of 6 foot 8 inches, which I don't know how many meters that is in, but whatever. You most of the rest of the world, y'all can just convert that or deal with not understanding that part. But, so then, we can line up blocks, just like this, next to the doorway. Like that. We do this. We get ourselves a camera right here. We do this. Now I'm gonna be standing like this because yeeps don't have legs, okay? That's kind of obvious. But they do have hands. And in most things, like in most maps and stuff, if you're like this, it's sitting. So you don't measure a human when they're sitting. You measure them when they're standing. So like this, these are basically their feet. So they're standing. So that's how we're gonna measure yeeps. We just put me, hold it, right next to this. And then we can see that I am roughly 2 blocks tall. Alright, oh, hold up. Let me take off my hat. But we just take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, hold up. I'm just gonna stack up the count better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks. Alright? So we have 10 blocks, which is 6 feet 8 inches. We are roughly 2 blocks, we said. So that means that a yeep is gonna be on average. Hold up. I gotta do more math. Let me go grab a calculator. Alright. So we get, hold up. Oh wait, that's not. Oh wait, no, it said 80 inches, right? It's the same. 12, 6, yes. Alright, so also 80 inches, which if we divide 80 by 2, right? Hold up. Oh no, that's not gonna be right. Hold up. Oh wait, no. Alright. I was being stupid. Hold up. We gotta do 80 times 0.2. Alright. So a yeep is roughly 16 inches. Which, I mean, I might do some more. Yeah, so yeep is 16 inches tall. We just learned that a yeep is 2'4", alright? So, knowing that, we know that yeeps most likely takes place in, like, New York. They're 2'4". So now, we gotta figure out, we're gonna, 1, figure out the time zone, and 2, we're gonna figure out, like, what yeeps actually are. So, for the time zone, this part I actually came up with at like 10 o'clock at night. But first of all, we can see that there's no human, which means we're either before or after humans. Alright. So, we can pinpoint more of the time zone, or timeline, by learning about tulips. Yep, this flower right here. Tulips, they were actually cultivated and made in the 16th century, which means humans were alive then, and humans aren't with yeeps, alright? It seems kind of clear, but so that means we gotta be after humans, because there's no humans, but there's tulips, which means we can't be before humans. So, that puts us after humans, but also close enough that what seem to be human-sized houses still exist. Human houses and all sorts of stuff made by humans. Which means my guess is that Mount Yellowstone, that super volcano that's gonna erupt in I don't know how many years, it's still a long way away, but we couldn't be after the death of the universe or anything, as there'd be no more Earth. So that or some other extinction event happened. Now, when I was first doing research for this video, I immediately thought to mutations, which might sound kinda weird, especially because that sounds like more of a video game thing and not like real life, but that's what I immediately thought to. And then I remembered that weird stuff happens at Chernobyl, that giant nuclear disaster that happened in Ukraine. I know that's not where I said we were, but so I immediately thought to that. I looked up a bunch of pictures, I studied a bit about it, and I learned that color changing and stuff, that was a mutation that has happened. So I immediately thought that, and the only animal that uses their hands to walk is a monkey. So I know that we could really be anything, but this game was also made kind of after real day. I feel like with a bit of inspiration because of the movement, maybe not, but so it was like, oh yeah, we could be monkeys. And also, animals have had more legs from mutations. I assume they could have less legs too. So, bam. I immediately thought, okay, monkeys, done. Yeeps are just mutated monkeys. And yes, these mutations can go through bloodlines. Like, if parents have it, their children can have the same mutations, even if they're no longer in the nuclear waste zone. So, I immediately thought to that. But then I realized, one, we really can't be like a million years away from when humans got extinct. And also, we're made of stuffing. So, we're not monkeys. Which completely threw my first thought out of the window. Which kinda sucked. But then, I was thinking back to Mount Yellowstone, the giant supervolcano. And this is where my theory really comes in. So basically, my thought is that we know that, like, when it roughly could erupt already. So I'm guessing closer to the time, we'll know really when it will erupt. Which means scientists, and I don't know how long, I'm pretty sure it's a couple million years still. We will have had really good technology by then. So my best guess is that they decided to, really close to the end, they decided to try to make animation, like animate stuff. To, not like the video game type of animate or movie, but like, necromancy game, but a bit different. And so, I'm guessing that they probably had access to a lot of stuff, but they went with some sort of stuffed animal plush thing, because, I don't know, but it seems now like a kind of logical choice, because other animals, they could have weird stuff that goes on, so they needed some type of body that they could use. And dead humans, that might work, but there could also be a lot of problems with that. And the part that's gonna make humans go extinct isn't the eruption itself, it's all of the ash that would cover the sun and start a nuclear winter, which has a very high possibility of killing everything, including humans, and we wouldn't have any food or light for a super long time. So they'd have to be able to withstand that. So, my best guess is that yeeps were stuffed animals. We could survive cold. So, they made stuffed animals, kind of. And with super advanced technology, they really just wanted their intelligence to survive, or some way that they could keep humanity and all of their creations going. So, they worked on an artificial brain, but that used actual memories and stuff like that to kind of like, I guess, remember what they did, how to make it, stuff like that. But they tried to make it as smart as they possibly could. And also, yeeps can talk, which no other animal can talk like humans in the entire world that we know of. So, that's just another point proven that we are some kind of creation of humans. Because humans, we've already made stuff that can talk like humans. We're the only things that have been able to talk or make things that can talk like us. So, that kind of shows that another reason that we were made by humans. And so also, yeeps, their imagination. Their inventory here, this is their imagination, which means they'd have to be super smart and creative to kind of just be able to think things into existence using their own type of, I guess, animation, like what I was talking about before. So, they're super smart. They know how to, like, just kind of make stuff out of their own will, which seems impossible. So that's, like, the one argument really against this that I've really thought of, is that how do they make items appear? And that's kind of the one thing I haven't really figured out, is how they can kind of just make stuff appear. But it's all cotton. Every single item uses cotton. So, my best guess is using their super and smart intelligence, they just use, like, they use their self-gain. Like, we can kind of see in game. Like, the stuffing is coming out. Like, you can see it coming out and going back in. So we kind of, like, take stuffing out of ourselves to make stuff. Which kind of sounds weird, but that's my best guess, and from what I've found, that makes the most sense. So, we are a stuffed animal that scientists made really smart, and that have a big imagination, kind of like humans. They obviously used some human parts, as, like, maybe just, like, brain cells, stuff like that, to make them more human-like, so that way they could keep inventing. And yeeps have gotten so smart that they've managed to learn how to make teleportation, which is one of the hardest things that humans could possibly do. At least I feel like, and from what I know about it. Because you have to completely disassemble someone or something, and then you have to completely reassemble it. And for teleportation to be this small, like, if we think about it, it's about the size of my finger. Which, using our scale that we found, which, one block being, 4 inches? No, 8 inches. One block being 8 inches, one just normal block, and this being, like, to there, that is so small that this is less than an inch. This is less than an eighth of a block in height. 1, 2, 3, 4. Never mind. It is. Oh, hello. Let's go to We're going to my private. So this being, what did I say again? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, no, I said a fourth of a block. Hold it. We're redoing this count.
What the heck are you on about?
It's 2.
Hold on.
3, 4. Alright, so they're about 4 blocks.
I'd never have so much stuff in this game.
So 8 divided by 4. From counting how big it is a fourth of a block, which we figured out a block's 8 inches. So that makes 1 teleport ball 2 inches, which for humans to find out how to completely disassemble, completely reassemble perfectly, and make it instantaneous wherever this lands into a 2-inch space, and it already has to know where it landed for your particles to fly there and completely reassemble. That is insane. So this is obviously kind of far in the future. Like, yeeps are insanely smart. So, but yeeps were in America after humans, or yeah, America on the on the east side of America, northeast, I guess, of America. We are like stuffed animal robots that are super smart, that were made to keep human intelligence on, so that way maybe eventually Earth could become like a really nice place, I guess. And yeah, I guess that is kind of my lore for this video. Yeah, so I'm gonna put everything that we learned up on screen right here-ish. Let me know if you liked this type of video, and I might make more stuff like this, maybe for different games, maybe for more yeeps, like how we made teleport balls, something like that. School's really boring, so I usually have time to kind of learn about this more useless stuff, I guess, then, and at home, I have plenty of time. So, comment, I guess, what you want me to research, or if you don't like this type of video, just tell me to do more, like maybe only ups with not bald, stuff like that. Yeah, I guess like and subscribe. Please subscribe, it'd be awesome. I'd love to hit 100. Yeah.